So like paragraph styles are a great functionality of InDesign. InDesign really is an application that allows you to do things over and over and over again, really simply, repeatable things that are just allows you to do things simply that you need to repeat. You know, think about the fact that you might be creating a 200-page book, and that you need to be able to do things quickly and efficiently, and not necessarily have to copy and paste, or you know, things like text onto multiple pages, or things like page number onto multiple pages, or for instance, even if we wanted to use, I'm going to get rid of this by going edit, cut, and I'm actually going to put it on a master, and then I'm going to go file, paste in place, and that will paste exactly where I cut it from. So master pages, move this out of the way and you'll see that that image is there. So master pages allows you to put something in a page that you're going to use over and over again, things like images or text or whatnot. But then paragraph styles are a way for you to kind of create a little bit of code, a little bit of functionality within font choices. So I'm going to get rid of this in my master page, is that World Boots here. I'll just delete that, and I'm going to delete that image as well. And I'm going to go back to my page 1. I'm going to extend this image all the way to the bottom here. I'm going to go back to page 2, and I'm just going to zoom out by pressing the command or the Alt key option, or option. I'm going to move this over, use my black selection tool, and move this over to my zoom to my bleed lines. Perfect. So if I toggle between double, yeah, that's exactly what I want. So I have 2 full bleed images. Now, if I want to create text over and over again, I can definitely put it on my master page, but I can also just put it up. This is just a 2-page ad, or an ad with two different options, one for Zoe and one for Ravi. So, but if I want to, you know, if I'm using the same type of text over and over again, so the best way to deal with that is to create a paragraph style. So, theoretically, the company that we've made up is going to have a font that they use, a brand font. So we can create a paragraph style using that brand font. So I'm just going to click on the text tool. I'm actually going to press W so I can see my margins here. And then I'm going to draw the text box from the margin. And I'm just going to zoom in as well so I can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit better. And if I want to move around my page, I can just, I'm using my Command 0 to get out of this, my space bar, or use the hand tool to kind of move around the page. Back to my text tool, click on that text box, and I'm just going to type something. I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to use the Minion Pro default. I'm going to zoom in. I can't see it at all. Text tool again. Get this out of the way. I have a very small laptop. So this is hiking boots are us. So that's the name of the company. Hiking Boots Are Us. So Minion Pro is the default. I want to change it to the brand font. So I'm going to say I have Whitney loaded on my computer here. So I'm just going to click on Whitney. I'm going to make this all caps. I'm going to make it bold. Actually, I'm going to do light. I'm going to make it white, paper in this case. And I'm going to make it much, 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 much bigger. I'm going to check that. I'm going to zoom, press Command 0, and just keep making it bigger. Now, if it extends outside of the text box, that little plus sign will appear, and that just means that text is too big for that bounding box, so you just have to resize the box. But if I wanted to do something like I'm just going to select that now. It's not telling me what the font size is. There we go. So I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to drag that out again. And I'm going to actually do a little something like that. And I want the leading to not be that spaced out. I don't want the lines to be spaced out that much. So I'm just going to use my leading and the control here. Something like that, possibly. Toggle between W. I'm going to change that slightly. I'm going to make the leading a little bit wider. So something like that. Now, so this is the font that I'm going to use over and over again for both these ads. So at this size, at this color, this is exactly how I want to use it for this ad and this ad. So I could, theoretically, just click on this, edit, copy, click down to my second page, edit, paste in place, as opposed to, if I just go edit place, it will just kind of put it wherever it wants to. It didn't even put it next to the margin. So if you want to do that, that's fine, but I like to click on exactly where I want it to be, copy, and then paste in place. If this kind of thing is bugging you, the pixelated, just go click on it, right click, display performance. No, it's just blown up really a lot. So I double click on it, yeah, it's 875%. So maybe I will just get a new image, file, place. It's just to, oh, for some reason, there it is. It's totally fine now. Now I can see this isn't really working over this image, so I'm going to have to change something here, but it's working over this one fine. You know, maybe I'm just going to drag it down a bit here so you can just see it a bit better. So that looks a bit better. So now if, say, theoretically, I'm going to use this font over and over and over again, and I want to create a style, so I'm going to just click in anywhere in this box, anywhere at all. You don't have to highlight it. You can just click it on it. Now, if I could make sure that the window is open, so type, tables, and it's not there. I don't want to use just character. I want to go into my type menu and go into paragraph styles. So don't just get to the regular character or paragraph window open. I need to go into my type and go into paragraph styles. Now I'm going to click on the drop down here, new paragraph style, and the dialog box is going to appear, and you don't actually have to do anything because exactly what you need is right there. The only thing I would suggest is name it. So I'm going to call this, just call it title, and press OK. And when I go into my paragraph styles, you actually have to now click on that for that to be associated with that paragraph style. It's because when I go down here, you'll see that, yeah, there's the paragraph style. So anytime I change anything, if I double click on that actual style and I change and I press preview, you see what it does. See, it's changing the font. There is a color. I'll change it live. If I don't like it, just press cancel. It will go back. I can also change it here. And if I decide that I like that, I'm going to actually have to change the style. So that little plus sign appears, so that means that something is wrong. So I have to right click, and now I have to redefine it. And that plus symbol will disappear. And there, it's also been changed there. Again, if I change anything, make this say yellow, I go back to my style, that little plus sign appears, I do a right click and I redefine, and you'll see that everything's changed to yellow. So every instant that I've used that paragraph style is going to be updated if I decide that I want to, I'm just going to go back, Command Z, back, because I want it big. I think that was it, yeah. So say for instance, I went back too far. Where is that? There's the style. Say for instance, I do want to change the color, or I have changed the color. Oh, I'll change it to red. And I don't like that. Oh, I don't have that associated with that. Click on, yeah, change it to white. Change that to red. I don't like that. So I'm just going to go, instead of changing it to the red, where I would click on here, I go right click, Command Z, would go now to right click, redefine, and that will change this one to, I don't have that associated with that one, right? Just I'm going to click on it a couple times. Right click, apply, clear overrides, and that will change it to the red. Now if I don't like that, I want to go back to the white. Oh, I've done this wrong, sorry. I'm just going to actually have to go back and change the style. I just did it slightly wrong, sorry. What I meant to do, press OK. What I meant to do, make sure that these are associated with that style, yep. What I meant to do is change this to anything else. And then go into my paragraph styles. No, I don't want red, so actually I'm going to go right click. Instead of redefine, I'm going to apply title clear overrides, and it will change. Why is that not changing the whole thing back to white? I'm going to try it again, apply title clear overrides, and that will change it back to white. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't just. So again, if I change this to anything else, and I want it to be this green, I can go right click redefine, and you'll see that that turned to green. But if I don't want it to be green, I can go right click, apply clear overrides, and it's still doing that. Right click, clear overrides. Sometimes InDesign is a little bit finicky, and you just have to do things a couple of different ways, a couple different times. So that's paragraph styles. And now if I create more pages, and I'm just going to do a black box so you can see. Now I just write some text. You can't see it because it's black over black. But if I select it and I click on title, so every time I want to use that, there's it there. Type some text. Every time I want to use that font, it will just have to create a style, and it will do it automatically for you.